Welcome to video 5, Baseline Warrior. This video is going to be really fun, and I'm going to walk you through the shots that you must master if you want to take your game to the next level. Let's not forget, any strategy that you want to deploy on your opponent is really assuming that you can already hit the shots that you're going to learn in this video. If you need help with these, feel free to check out my courses on the ground strokes, and it'll give you all the tools that you need, the exact step-by-step blueprints you need to execute these shots effectively and consistently. Once you can hit these shots with a high percentage of consistency, you'll be able to dictate play from the baseline and have a lot more fun on the court. So without further ado, let's head out to the courts and get started. Okay, this video is really straightforward and it's simple. And that's good news because tennis at the highest level is pretty simple. All we're going to do is take your forehand and backhand ground strokes and we're going to practice aiming into the different areas of the court. Okay, so first up is cross court. Now I can go into a whole hour-long speech about why the cross court ball is so important to be able to hit and why it should be the first shot that you really master. And I'll keep it mercifully short for this video because I want you to go out and do this. That's the most important thing. Cross court is great because you're hitting over a lower part of the net. You have a lot more surface area to hit into the court. And most importantly, by definition, you're not changing the direction of the shot as drastically as if you're taking a cross-court ball that you're receiving and trying to redirect that ball down the line. So there's a lot less risk involved. And I believe it was Craig O'Shaughnessy who said that a great strategy is go mostly cross-court and sometimes go down the line. That's oversimplified a bit, but it's a very good strategy. So you'll want to master this cross-court shot first. Now, you can do this particular exercise two ways, with recovery footwork and without recovery footwork. Both can be valuable. If you're playing a lot of singles, you'll want to make sure at some point that you're adding that recovery step back towards the middle of the court. In other words, after you hit your shot, make sure you start moving back towards the center of the court. If you're planning on playing a lot of doubles, the recovery will be slightly different, but you'll still want to make sure you're recovering to the appropriate spot. The exact spot you're recovering to is based on where your shot travels and where your opponents are standing. And there's also a time and a place to not worry so much about recovery. If, for example, you're really just focusing on getting the ball where you want it to go, then you can work on that for a bit, but always come back to adding in that recovery footwork afterwards. It'll really help you. All right, next you'll want to practice hitting down the middle. This is key for a lot of reasons. First off, it's a great shot if you're ever on the run. Maybe your opponent is running you and you want to neutralize his attacking pattern. This will allow you to work your way back into the point. And maybe most importantly, up to a certain level, probably about 4.5 or 5.0, this strategy is super effective because it forces your opponent to try to create angles that he or she, frankly, may not be comfortable creating. And if your opponent can't do that consistently, this is a great way to frustrate the hell out of them and get him to make some unforced errors, which is free points for you, while you smile and whistle to yourself and rack up the points. So in general, keep the ball deep, hit with good spin and good shape, and you'll be in good shape. All right, and finally we've got down the line. And I saved this for last because this one's really icing on the cake. If you have a great down the line shot, you become a major force to be reckoned with because your opponent is sitting back there trading cross-court shots with you. You get the short ball and boom, you whip it up the line and he's left with his tongue hanging out, scratching his head. It's important that when you're hitting this shot that even though the net is higher on the down the line shot than it is in the middle of the court, you don't aim any higher than when you hit this ball. Reason being, you actually have less court to hit into. All right, a great way to practice this one is to really rally in the doubles alleys and see if you get good at that, then see if you can hit the center of the alley every time. All right, and there you have it, the 3 key shots you need if you want to be a baseline warrior. Now you can experiment with different spins and heights, but if you want to take your game to the next level, make sure you're always improving your ability to hit these balls and you'll be in good shape. For now, let's move on to video 6 for some net ninjutsu. All right, see you there.